Willkommen zu einer weiteren Neuvorstellung.
I am in Stuttgart and am standing under the roof of the Porsche Museum. There are some very interesting old cars inside. But next to me is a brand new car. It's the Taycan Cross Turismo. Some will say, because of the shape, it's a station wagon. That's kind of true, because the roof is a little different. There's a bit more headroom and the boot is supposed to be a bit bigger. It is still electrically driven and the most powerful version, the Turbo S, has 761 horsepower. More than you actually need. The car is incredibly interesting for me, too, and that's why I'm confronting it now. Let's go. 850 Newton meters of torque are available. Of course, you notice this when you step on the gas, and with an electric motor it's instantaneous. So you don't need the revs that you would need with a combustion engine. Here it really gets going and immediately. Thus, the start is somewhat alien for me, because the engine response was previously unknown to me. There are various driving modes that I can set here on this drive mode. Range, normal, sport, sport plus or individual. You can set your own parameters. Sport plus has the advantage that you can drive in a 2-speed mode. When you accelerate, it shifts from the first to the second gear and there's a really nice engine noise. It sounds a bit like a big V8 engine, and that's where the joy comes in. Compared to a combustion engine, a Taycan is very quiet on the road, which conveys a completely different feeling of speed. Therefore, a frequent glance at the speedometer is an absolute must. This car has all-wheel drive. This makes it very neutral on the road. You always have traction. The problem for the technicians is actually to keep these two electric motors running synchronously, otherwise there are irritations when driving. Absolutely perfect here. In urban areas, the rather large car is easy to handle, quiet and emission-free. In addition, the Taycan Cross Turismo has become a real eye-catcher. Another interesting aspect of such a car is its charging capacity. If the battery only has 5% left, I can recharge 80% of the battery capacity in around 20 minutes at a fast charging station. I'm sure I'll then be able to drive around 300-350 kilometers, which is absolutely top-notch. Blue means boosting and accelerating, green recuperating, when braking and pushing. Without a doubt, this car is one of the most beautiful station wagons. Once again, the Porsche designers have achieved something perfect. The roof fits in very well with the overall image of this Cross Turismo. Electric mobility without boredom, that's how it can convince. The workspace of the van is one of the most refined in this class. This feel-good atmosphere is typical of the Taycan. Everything on board is well thought out and in the right place. The finest materials and the most modern technology form a perfect synergy in this car. But I didn't expect anything else from Porsche for this Taycan. Tall people will definitely opt for this Taycan Cross Turismo. Here you have a bit more space, 47mm more headroom to be precise. I'm 177 centimeters tall, so there's plenty of room to move upwards, and as for legroom, it's absolutely top. The seat is adjusted for a person who is around 1,80 meter, so I think the increase in size was worth it. The car has been designed to offer the customer a bit more space, and this is made possible by the split bench seat. It is split in two and this results in a total load volume of 1,210 liters. That's quite a lot in this class and was made possible even though the roof slopes down quite a bit. So it's a good story. With a total of 30mm more ground clearance, it also has the talent for bad roads. Of course, there is no engine under the bonnet of this Taycan, just another storage compartment. The Taycan's power output is 680 horsepower, it takes just 3.1 seconds to reach 100 kilometers and 10.3 seconds to reach 200 kilometers per hour. The top speed is 260 kilometers and that goes quite a few times. That's not possible with all electric cars, because they sometimes get really hot and then the power drops. Here it's different. The battery is 93.4 kilowatt-hour and allows a range of around 450 kilometers, depending on the driving style. One thing is clear, this Cross Turismo is also a car for off-road use. I think it is suitable for light terrain. In difficult terrain it will have to be careful. You have this gravel setting with which you can then drive the car up a bit, and it then has the right setting to move safely in the off-road area. Well, it's not an SUV, but as already mentioned, you're well equipped for these conditions. By the way, a Turbo S costs around €188,000. Finally, my opinion on this new Porsche Turbo Cross Turismo. It's quite a nippy estate car, and you can fit a lot in it. The base car costs €93,600 and it gets a thumbs up from me. It was a lot of fun and that's it.